After succumbing to the torment inflicted by my mother's 7 adopted sons, I found myself reborn at the tender age of 3.5. Once again confronted by those malevolent faces, I cried out in desperation. Woo woo, mother, please come quickly. Your dutiful sons are intent on killing me to seize the family fortune. Upon hearing my cries, mother rushed to my side and lifted me into her arms. However, upon noticing my fingers, reddened by scalding water, her expression turned icy. What happened here? Aunt Chin, standing nearby, cautiously replied, it seems she was bitten by mosquitoes. What utter nonsense! This was no mere mosquito bite, it was unmistakably the work of my wicked sister, Siao. Alas, being only 3.5 years old, I could not articulate my thoughts fully and could only stammer while pointing at her. Sister, burn me. This was my first attempt at seeking justice before mother, and the astonishment on everyone's faces was palpable. Mother, my little sister is still young. Her words shouldn't be taken seriously. My usually taciturn older brother suddenly found his voice. Oh? Mother regarded him with a knowing look. Mian is simply young, not foolish. Does she not recognize who torments her? My brother raised his head, his expression unyielding. We are all Mian siblings. How could we truly harm her? Even if this was indeed Jiao's doing, it was certainly unintentional. Aunt Chin quickly chimed in. Madam, it is quite normal for children to bicker and tumble. Do not take it to heart. Take it to heart? I fixed a steely gaze upon that wrinkled-faced woman. In my previous life, I discovered that she was Xiao Jiao's biological mother, the very mastermind behind the scheme to eliminate me and claim the family fortune. As mother surveyed the group before her, emboldened by their self-righteousness, her voice sharpened. Whether this was deliberate or not is evident. Xiao Jiao's face paled instantly, her guilt palpable as she cast a furtive glance at mother. What are you looking at? Mother refused to engage her further, instructing the butler to bring forth the surveillance footage. Little did they know that from the moment of my birth, the household had been equipped with 360 cameras in every room, save for the bathrooms and bedrooms. In my previous life, mother had refrained from mentioning the surveillance, purely out of trust in them. The video revealed me, innocently seated on the floor, playing, while a visibly irate Xiao Jiao emerged from her room. In a fit of anger, she delivered a kick to my chest. I cried out in pain, and in response, she pinched me a few more times for good measure. Ultimately, she callously shoved my fingers into a kettle of hot water. Stop crying. I can't even take a nap in peace. Keep crying, and I'll toss you out to feed the dogs. Once the footage concluded, an oppressive silence enveloped the room. Xiao Jiao tugged at her mother's pant leg, pleading earnestly, Mom, it's Mian's cries that are too loud, disturbing my rest. I acknowledge my faults and promise I shall never repeat them. Please, do not remain angry with me. Upon noticing the blisters swelling on her daughter's fingers, her mother felt a pang of compassion. With a swift kick, she shoved her aside, declaring, Depart, and do not ever show your face in my home again. At these words, all 6 brothers knelt before their mother in unison. Mother, we beseech you, do not cast Yao Yao away. We shall treat our sister with utmost care. We grew up alongside Yao Yao, and we will not permit her to leave. Indeed, Yao Yao is also your daughter. How can you be so heartless? They clamored, desperate to prevent Xiao Jiao from departing. With a derisive laugh, their mother responded resolutely, either she leaves, or you all shall accompany her. After uttering this ultimatum, she took Xiao Jiao in her arms and retreated to her room, leaving the brothers in the living room, sobbing and gasping for breath. By dinner time, Xiao Jiao's presence had vanished from the household. Her brothers cast resentful glances in her direction. Feed me, Xiao Jiao demanded, her mother gazing at her tenderly. Darling, I must leave for a business trip for a few days. Behave yourself at home. Upon hearing this, her brothers exchanged fleeting glances of barely concealed glee. They recognized that an opportunity was at hand. The following morning, hunger compelled Xiao Jiao to wail. Aunt Lu, displaying evident impatience, carried her to the dining table, however. Constrained by the surveillance, she refrained from any outrageous actions. Eat, she said, tossing a bowl of cold, leftover porridge her way. The acrid stench invaded Xiao Jiao's nostrils, and with a grimace, she pushed the bowl aside, exclaiming, It stinks. Aunt Lu shot her a glare and scooped a spoonful of spoiled porridge towards her mouth. You worthless brat, eat quickly. You're such a bother. How dare you call me a worthless brat? Xiao Jiao retorted, extending her leg and spilling the entire bowl upon Aunt Lu. With a piercing shriek, Aunt Lu exclaimed, My limited edition. Yours? That belongs to my mother. Xiao Jiao countered. recalling how Aunt Lu always wore her mother's clothes in her absence. Now that the garment was stained, she was eager to see how Aunt Lu would explain herself.
Chen-yi, what happened?
Second brother rushed over, alarmed by the commotion. Upon witnessing Aunt Lu's disarray, he quickly grasped the situation. Mian, it seems we have spoiled you. Apologize to Aunt Lu at once. Apologize? In your dreams. Seeing her remain unmoved, Aunt Lu instantly summoned a few tears, saying, Young master, it's of no consequence. Our worthless lives cannot compare to the delicate lady. The way she spoke made it seem as if they were oppressing her. Go ask around. Which household in this vicinity pays more than the Song family? Second brother, filled with concern, pulled Aunt Lu back to her room, entirely disregarding the fact that Xiao was still a hungry 3-year-old. Struggling, Xiao climbed down from her chair and cautiously squatted at second brother's door.
Mom.
Are you alright? Does it hurt? As I suspected, Xiao had indeed not left. She was hiding in second brother's room. Inside, Aunt Lu's voice was filled with melancholy. Mother is fine. As long as you and the young masters are well, I am willing to do anything. Suddenly, Xiao's voice turned sharp. It's all that little wretch Xia Xingyan's fault. She got me thrown out of the house and now has sullied your clothes. I will not let her off easily. Then, several brothers spoke with unwavering determination. Yao, do not worry. Whatever you choose to do, we will always support you. In our hearts, you are our only sister. Xia Xingyan is merely an outsider. Now that mother is away on business, and she is just a babbling infant, we have the final say on how to deal with her. A pack of ungrateful wolves. Yet I would not be easily intimidated. I summoned Butler Li to the entrance of second brother's room. Second brother, visibly irritated, opened the door. I am studying. What on earth do you want? Hiding behind Butler Li, I pointed into the room with a childish voice, their S.A. sister's voice inside. Our family's greatest taboo was duplicity. Mother had just ordered her expulsion, and now they were harboring her within the house. Was this not a blatant disregard for her authority as the mistress? Even second brother, usually composed, began to sweat. How could this happen? Mian, if you dare speak nonsense again, do not blame me. What will you do? Butler Li interrupted second brother, stating firmly, this house ultimately prioritizes Miss Mian. Second young master, please step aside. At this juncture, if they continued to resist, it would unmistakably indicate their wrongdoing. Second brother, nervously glancing into the room, feigned indifference. Let us see who is truly speaking out of turn. Butler Li led me into the room, and to our surprise, it was just Aunt Lu and the other brothers. Why are you not working? Why are you here? Butler Li questioned Aunt Lu, who lowered her gaze, clearly guilty. I came to bring the young master some fruit. Where is the fruit? Butler Li continued his inquiry. Fruit? We have already eaten it. The eldest brother chimed in to defuse the situation. The butler regarded him with skepticism. Really? I released Butler Li's hand and dashed toward the restroom.
Stop.
Second brother blocked my path. What does a girl like you want in the boys' restroom? I looked at him with pleading eyes. Brother, I need to use the toilet. Second brother hurriedly called for Aunt Lu. Take the young lady to the restroom. Just as everyone exhaled in relief, I suddenly pointed at the restroom and shouted, Brother is lying. There's someone inside. The butler strode over to second brother. Young master, please open the restroom. Second brother, now agitated, retorted, You, a mere butler, dare to order me around? Do you wish to keep your position? Butler Li regarded him with a knowing smile. Madam instructed me that I could take charge of anything threatening the young lady's safety. Second brother immediately lost his bravado. For everyone was well aware of the reason Xiao had been expelled. I'll check, but if there's no one inside, you must apologize to me. Naturally. Thus, under everyone's watchful gaze, second brother reached for the restroom door. Suddenly, Aunt Lu let out a blood-curdling scream, and we all turned to look. Aunt Lu trembled, extending a hand smeared with blood. I'm so sorry, miss. I dropped the cup. Looking down, we saw a heap of shattered glass.
Butleli fronat.
How could you be so careless? Hurry and clean that up. Aunt Lu shook her head fervently. I'm fine. You should take the young lady away immediately. If she gets cut by the glass, even if I had 10 lives, I could not afford the consequences. Clearly, this was an attempt to get us to leave. But I was determined to thwart her plans. I fixed my gaze on second brother. Second brother, please open the door. I'm scared. He glared at me, gritting his teeth, ultimately resigning himself to open the restroom door.
See?
There's nothing inside. Butler Li, unconvinced, peered inside, and, after a quick scan, confirmed that indeed no one was present. What are you still doing?
Hurry and apologize to me.
Just as Butler Lee was about to bow and apologize, I rushed to the wardrobe, flung the door open, and exclaimed, "Sister is here." In truth, I had known from the beginning that Siao was hiding inside the wardrobe. I was merely playing with them. "Young master, what will you say to this?" Second brother continually sought help from those around him, and ultimately, the eldest brother stepped forward. "Let Yao Yao stay in the house. This is my decision. She has grown up here, and suddenly expelling her leaves a girl like her nowhere to go." The eldest brother's tone conveyed his dissatisfaction with this decision. Butler Lee, however, did not acquiesce. "Young master, this was Madam's directive. You have defied her and must face the consequences." Siao sheltered the eldest brother behind her. "If punishment is to be meted out, let it be to me. It's my choice to stay, and it has nothing to do with my brother." Aunt Lu approached, her bloodied hand raised.
Please.
"For the love of all that is good, do not inform Madam. I am begging you." The eldest brother's expression grew grave as he gazed at us. "Are you truly intent on driving us to the brink?" I cowered in fear behind Uncle Lee. My brother was fierce, and I was terrified. I couldn't fathom which of my words had provoked Siao. She abruptly yanked my collar and hoisted me up. "You little wretch. What are you pretending to be innocent for? Everything that's happening is your fault. Go die." With that, she lifted me as if to hurl me to the ground. In that critical moment, Uncle Lee caught me securely. I was so frightened that I burst into tears, while the other brothers stood aghast at Siao's frantic actions. "Have you gone mad?" The eldest brother gripped her shoulder tightly. Siao wore a defiant expression, as if she were unafraid of death. What was so remarkable about her that everyone had to revolve around her? I was eager to see how this infantile girl could possibly threaten me. After confirming I was unharmed, Uncle Lee seized Siao by the neck. "Do you wish to die, daring to act this way towards the young lady?" The brothers, who had been frozen in shock, hurriedly pulled Uncle Lee away. "Let her go, Uncle Lee. We can discuss this calmly. Hurry, she's going to suffocate." I tugged at Uncle Lee's sleeve, signaling him to release Siao. Yet, the hatred in her gaze remained unabated. "Bring forth the family law." At Uncle Lee's command, the villa echoed with the anguished cries of Siao and the eldest brother, leaving the others trembling in fear. Eventually, the bodyguards unceremoniously tossed the barely conscious Siao out the door. "Mimi, I was wrong today. Please don't tell Mom, okay?" The usually imperious eldest brother stood before me, humbled. He produced a lollipop. "If you promise not to tell Mom, I'll give you this candy." For someone who hadn't tasted candy in a long while, the lollipop was an irresistible temptation. I eagerly shoved it into my mouth, nodding vigorously. In the middle of the night, I felt an excruciating pain in my stomach, as if it were being sliced. Stumbling, I pushed open the door to my room, only to find all 6 brothers squatting in front of me. "Brother, my stomach hurts." The eldest brother sneered, covering my mouth with his hand, his expression turning sinister. "You little wretch, let us see who can save you this time." I struggled desperately, but no matter how mature I tried to be, I was merely a 3.5-year-old child. By the time I realized what was happening, I found myself in a dilapidated factory. "Yao, I brought her to you." The eldest brother triumphantly tossed me at Siao's feet. She let out a derisive snort and kicked me several times. Then she grabbed my hair and slammed my head down. "You little wretch, how dare you oppose me? Today is your day of reckoning." Just then, the eldest brother intervened. Yao, this wretch cannot die yet." Siao looked at him with feigned sorrow. "Brother, how can you still protect her? Don't you remember who caused my injuries?" The eldest brother held her tightly, his expression filled with concern. "We want her dead too. But not now. If she dies, that old woman will surely throw us out. We will lose everything. Tonight, we're just letting you vent your frustrations, and afterwards, we'll take her back." Siao looked confused. "If she goes back and tells that old woman, we'll all be finished." The second brother approached and patted her shoulder. "Don't worry, I have a plan." With that promise from the second brother, Siao ceased her torment of me. I was left battered and bruised, with no unscathed flesh on my body. After Siao had her fill, the second brother smeared some kind of potion on me. In the blink of an eye, all my scars healed, leaving no trace behind. "See, brother, didn't he lie to you?" Siao joyfully flung herself into the second brother's arms. Little did she know that this action incited deep jealousy among the other brothers. With this miraculous potion, they tormented me daily. Yet, I had no evidence. Ultimately, I could no longer endure and knocked on the door of the neighboring villa.
What do you want?
The one who opened the door was Song Xingye, the very person my mother had warned me to avoid. Brother Xingye, can you protect me? He frowned. You have so many brothers. Do you still need my protection? He made to shut the door, but I hurriedly blocked his action. Please, listen to me. After I recounted the entire ordeal, his expression remained largely unchanged. I couldn't tell if he absorbed any of it. Are you done? I nodded in fear. Then get lost. No matter how much I pleaded or threw a tantrum, he unceremoniously tossed me outside. I returned home trembling, only to be met with the eldest brother's terrifying grin. Mimi, where have you been? I shook my head in a panic. I didn't go anywhere. He scrutinized me suspiciously before finally waving his hand dismissively. Go back. There's something even more entertaining waiting for you tonight. My heart sank at those words. In the dead of night, they, as usual, stuffed me into a bag. Just as they were about to set off, Song Xingye, who had thrown me out earlier, leaned against the car, arms crossed. What are you planning to do? Taking Siao Xingye out for a camping trip at this hour? The eldest brother feigned calmness. Mind your own business. Hurry up and get lost. My heart sank further, fearing that Song Xingye might actually leave. Help! Someone save me! I shouted desperately, hoping to catch his attention. Song Xingye looked at my eldest brother with a sardonic smile. Take me along. I haven't been camping at night yet. The eldest brother cursed him for being crazy before driving away. In despair, I wept until my tears ran dry. Brother, this can't go on. Yao Yao can't live her life as a rat in the shadows. The eldest brother exhaled a puff of smoke in my face, responding lethargically, Don't worry, this life will soon pass. With that, he resumed his usual torment of me. Creek, who is there? The second brother observed the sound warily, leading the others towards it. Brother, I'm scared. Xia Jiao leaped into the eldest brother's embrace, her gaze toward me brimming with unmasked glee. Don't be afraid, brother will take you inside. Suddenly, I was left alone in the vast, dilapidated factory. Creak, 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 the sounds grew louder, rendering me too frightened to scream. Xia Xingye, it's me. He seemed to anticipate my reaction, quickly covering my mouth with his hand. Don't scream. I cautiously followed behind him, my heart racing. Over there, brothers, don't let her escape, otherwise we're doomed. The second brother divided the group into several waves, blocking our path. Song Xingye pointed to a nearby dog door and decisively said, Go through here. When he turned back to call me, I had already crawled halfway out. After finally escaping, Song Xingye and I sprinted away. Brother, I can't run anymore. He glanced back at the pursuers closing in, cursed angrily, and then carried me on his back. I lost track of time as I felt Song Xingye's breath growing more labored. Just as he was about to collapse, an elderly man arrived in a timely manner. I'm sorry, young master, I'm late. When I awoke, I found myself sprawled on a bed, but it was in Song Xingye's room. Wake up and get lost. He tossed me a USB drive. This contains videos of them abusing you. Give it to Aunt Xia, and she will handle it. I took the USB drive and sincerely bowed to him.
Thank you, Brother Xingye.
Upon returning home, my brothers gathered around me anxiously. Mimi, you don't remember what happened last night, do you? I tightly clutched the USB drive, gazing at them with innocent eyes. I don't remember. They all sighed in relief. Good. Hurry back to your room and rest. Tonight we'll take you to a fun place. I nodded perfunctorily before rushing back to my room to hide the USB drive in a secret spot. Now was not the right time to expose them. Last night, I overheard them saying that Mom would be back tomorrow. That would be the perfect opportunity for them to strike. I absolutely could not allow any safety hazards to exist near my mother. They revel in their games, and I shall accompany them to the very end. My dear, Mother has returned. I excitedly darted into my mother's embrace. As she inspected me for any injuries, she instructed Uncle Lee to bring up all the surveillance footage. She wanted to see if anyone had dared to bully me in her absence. During this time of watching the footage, they were utterly silent, demonstrating commendable restraint. Well done. Housekeeper, each of them shall receive an additional 100,000 in their living expenses. 100,000.
Goodness.
Is the money in our household truly as if blown in by the wind? Mian Mian, what troubles you? I nestled in my mother's arms, feigning innocence. Mother, the other day I overheard my older brother complaining that his living expenses were excessive and that he could never seem to spend it all. Perhaps we should refrain from increasing it this time? My eldest brother, despite several attempts to argue, eventually acquiesced to my perspective. Mother, it is our duty to care for Mian Mian. Let us not raise it this time. Mother patted my brother's shoulder with appreciation. Excellent. Once you graduate, I shall arrange for you to join the company. He nodded, revealing a rather strained smile. After exchanging pleasantries, Mother led me to my room. Mian, tell me truthfully, during my absence, has anyone bullied you? I yearned to confide all the grievances I had suffered during this time, but I knew the moment was not yet ripe. No one has bullied me. You needn't worry. Mother sought any trace of deception on my face, but alas, she found none. By the way, Mother, why did you forbid me from visiting Brother Xingye? As always, the mere mention of Song Xingye sent her into a frenzy. I was genuinely curious about what had transpired between her and their family. Eldest brother, are you certain that this course of action will yield no repercussions? Intending to search for something to eat in the kitchen, I unexpectedly overheard their voices. Rest assured, I have observed. She drives herself to the office every day. As long as we make some adjustments while she is in the car, this home will soon be ours. My heart raced at this revelation, and just as I intended to eavesdrop further, the door swung open abruptly. Mian, what are you doing here? The second brother's voice was laced with anxiety. I was getting something to eat. Second brother, why did you only just leave eldest brother's room?
He scoffed.
None of your business. Before departing with a few of my brothers. Once back in my room, my heart raced uncontrollably, the words I had just overheard echoing in my mind. The following morning, I sat at the dining table, staring at the enormous dark circles under my eyes. Did you not sleep well? Why do you seem so listless? I grasped my mother's hand tightly. Mother, may we not go to the office today? The moment I spoke, each brother's expression varied. Eldest brother snatched me away from Mother. Mian, you must not be so unreasonable. Mother goes to work to earn money for you. I still refuse to let go. Mother, I beseech you, please do not go to the office today. The ever-vigilant mother immediately sensed something was amiss. She bent down, gazing at me tenderly. My dear, have you discovered something? Eldest brother quickly interjected. Mother, Mian merely misses you. You've returned after such a long time, and she surely wishes to spend some time with you. Mother's expression visibly relaxed. I assure you, once this busy period is over, I will take you on a trip. Yet despite her repeated reassurances, I still would not release my grip. In exasperation, Mother had no choice but to carry me to my room. Eagerly, I rummaged for the USB drive, intending to hand it to my mother, when a phone call interrupted me. Mother's expression grew increasingly grave. Mian, I have to step out for a moment. In less than an hour, a multitude of professional mechanics arrived at our home. They thoroughly examined Mother's frequently used car and ultimately discovered that the brake lines of every vehicle had suffered varying degrees of wear. In the words of the mechanic, had this gone unnoticed, the consequences on the road would have been dire. But how did Mother know there was a problem with the car? Could it be due to that phone call? As I pondered, Mother, with a stern countenance, summoned all 6 brothers. Explain yourselves, she commanded, pointing at the inspected vehicles. Eldest brother, perplexed, inquired, Mother, we are unaware of what has transpired. Mother grasped eldest brother's chin firmly. Are you still feigning ignorance? The complaint call has reached me, and you still wish to deny it? Eldest brother visibly panicked for a moment, but soon regained his composure. What complaint call, Mother? I suspect someone is framing us. Humph. Mother scoffed coldly. It appears you will not relent until you reach the bitter end.
Come fort.
Under the scrutiny of everyone, Siao slowly emerged from the shadows. It's her. My brothers instantly became flustered. Mother, I overheard my brothers plotting to sabotage your car, ensuring you would meet a dire fate. If you doubt my words, I have the video evidence. The footage revealed my 6 brothers stealthily infiltrating Mother's garage. They maliciously tampered with the car's components while excitedly discussing their plans. Now the old witch will have nowhere to escape. Once the old witch is dead, I shall sell Xia Xingyan to the old bachelor. After all, it was her fault I was beaten so mercilessly. As the video concluded, my brothers turned pale. They hastily knelt before Mother. Mother, we were wrong. We were merely led astray by that vixen, Xiao. Please forgive us this time. I assure you, we will be loyal to you and protect Xingyan henceforth. At this juncture, Mother could not even spare them a glance. Sitting in her chair, she coldly regarded Xiao. Speak, what other unsavory dealings do you have? Naturally, she dared not speak of the matter regarding dragging me out for beating, so she merely pursed her lips and shook her head. Mother, intrigued, fixed her gaze upon her. If I recall correctly, you were quite close to these 6. How is it that you now turn against them? Xiao lowered her head, speaking humbly. Ever since you cast me out, no company has been willing to employ me. I've lived like a rat in the sewers. hiding day in and day out. This was the only way I could see the light of day again. Mother nodded in satisfaction. Take this. Here is 5 million. Consider it your compensation for your hardships. Siao excitedly accepted the check, bowing repeatedly to Mother in gratitude. From this day forth, I do not wish to see you again. She nodded joyfully, and just as she prepared to leave, I placed the USB drive I had been clutching tightly on the table. Mother, I have something to say. Siao looked at me nervously. Mian, what do you wish to say? I pointed at the USB drive, suddenly stumbling over my words. The USB drive, Mian was beaten. Mother quickly grasped my meaning and gestured for Uncle Li to play the contents of the USB drive. Siao fell to the ground in terror, scrambling to explain as she retreated. Eldest brother scoffed at her. Who would have thought you would find yourself in this situation, traitor? After watching the entire content of the USB drive, Mother radiated a chilling aura, instilling fear in all present. Mother, this isn't real. They orchestrated this video to frame me. Second brother glared at her with gritted teeth. It was you who urged us to take Xingyan out. You claimed you would deal with her properly. Now, we brothers have been led to this dire situation because of you. You think you can escape unscathed? Mother, heartbroken, held me tightly. I'm sorry, my dear. Mother did not protect you well. I wiped away her tears. It's not your fault. See, I am perfectly fine now. With a mere look from Mother, the check in Xiao's hand was snatched away. She collapsed to the ground, weeping uncontrollably. Do not take that. It is all mine. She lunged at my brothers in a frenzy. Useless, pathetic fools who claimed they would protect me, yet they cannot even safeguard themselves. In a fit of rage, eldest brother lost his composure entirely. He seized Xiao by the throat. Vixen, if you had not betrayed us, would this old witch still be alive? Your mother speaks the truth. You are indeed a calamity. Xiao struggled desperately, her face rapidly turning the color of a pig's liver. Enough. If I must die, let it be outside, but do not tarnish my territory. Beside her, the bodyguards swiftly pulled them apart, while my elder brother and a few others tumbled to their knees before me. Mian, I admit my mistakes. Will you forgive us? I promise to buy you countless candies in the future. Ever since I tasted that candy of his last time, an ominous shadow has loomed over my heart. I silently vowed never to indulge again. My mother, with evident disdain, kicked them aside. Butler, expel them at once. From this day forth, they are forbidden from stepping even half a foot into the Siao household. Then, she added, calculate how much I have spent on them since childhood. They must repay every single penny. Uncle Li approached my mother and revealed what second brother had secretly done with Xiao and Aunt Lu recently. Aunt Lu trembled before my mother. Madam, I swear I have not wronged the young lady. Please do not cast me out. My mother couldn't even muster a glance in her direction, instead waving her hand to have her thrown out. The wails of my brothers and Xiao echoed behind us as my mother gently covered my ears and led me back to the room. She summoned the family doctor, who meticulously examined me from head to toe. Mother, please do not worry. I am perfectly fine, without a single issue. My mother embraced me tightly. Darling, tell me how you managed to escape. I cautiously observed her expression. Mother, if I tell you, promise not to be angry. She nodded understandingly. Speak freely. I will not blame you. With her reassurance, I recounted the entire escape, including the origin of the USB drive. I had braced myself for my mother's fury, but to my surprise, she merely sighed softly. I knew it, she said, taking my hand. Come, we must show our gratitude to those who saved you. We cannot simply let this go unacknowledged. Was she truly going to visit them personally? As I had anticipated, my mother took me to Song Xingye's home. However, this time, it was not Song Xingye who answered the door, but a beautiful aunt. Hello, aunt. Her face briefly lit up with excitement before she quickly donned a haughty demeanor. What brings you here? My mother snorted coldly. I am not here to see you. Your son saved Mian's life, and I have come to express my gratitude. The aunt seemed intent on holding her ground. I will pass that on to you may leave now. My mother, feeling somewhat embarrassed, looked at her. Oh, never mind. I actually came to see you. At this, the aunt burst into laughter. I thought you intended to remain a stranger forever. She warmly invited us inside, and although it was my first visit, my mother appeared as though she had been there countless times before. They conversed for what felt like an eternity, and I finally pieced together their relationship. It turned out that my mother and the aunt had once been best friends, but after my mother stubbornly chose to marry my scoundrel father, the aunt severed all ties with her. Eventually, by some twist of fate, both families found themselves living in close proximity again. No wonder I occasionally spotted fruits and vegetables appearing at our doorstep. They were all gifts from the aunt. Mom, who was visiting. Song Xingye, still half asleep, widened his eyes in surprise at the sight of me. The aunt teased, "Shall we arrange a betrothal for the two?" Song Xingye flushed a deep crimson. I don't want her as a bride. Unless. Before he could finish his sentence, I immediately exclaimed, I want her. I want her. The adults were amused by our reactions, sharing hearty laughter. It was not mere infatuation on my part. I had noticed a small red mole on his neck. I remembered that in my previous life, whenever I was bullied, a doll with a similar mark had always been by my side. It had made me laugh, played with me, and urged me to persevere. That doll had possessed a red mole on its neck, identical to Song Xingye's. After a lengthy conversation between my mother and the aunt, Uncle Li rushed in, breathless. Madam,
Look.
on the video, Siao was being suspended, while my brothers lashed her with whips. Mother, look. We avenged you. Please, pity us, and let us return. They pleaded. I promise we will never harm you again. My mother scoffed softly, returning the phone to Uncle Li. Call the police. Do not bother me with these scoundrels again. Uncle Li respectfully accepted the phone and proceeded with her instructions. Let us go home now. We shall visit again another day. I clung tightly to Song Xingye. I won't go. I want to play with Brother Xingye. Song Xingye took my hand, feigning an adult demeanor. Aunt Siao, please let her stay. After all, she will eventually marry me. My mother was momentarily speechless, quickly scooping me into her arms. You little rascal, dream on. Thus, I gained a little follower by my side. In the blink of an eye, it was my 18th birthday. My mother organized a grand birthday party for me. Under the gaze of the multitude, I slowly ascended the stage. Song Dongye knelt on one knee, retrieving a diamond ring from his pocket. Xia Xingyan, will you marry me? My mother offered me an encouraging glance. I wiped away my tears, excitedly extending my ring finger. I do. In my previous life, the 18-year-old Xia Xingyan succumbed to endless torment. This time, the 18-year-old Xia Xingyan is surrounded by countless individuals who love her.
The end.
Thank you for listening. See you in the next story.